Hey, Tim from JOBY here, and today I'm going to talk to you about our brand new smart stabilizer and how it can help mobile content creators on the go make some awesome footage for your channel. Okay, let's have a look inside the box. Check that out, a thing of beauty. Let's have a little walk through what's inside here. First off, you can see you get the quick setup guide. Read it, take note, follow the instructions. Okay, don't just rush out there and start using this. Make sure you know how it all works. Of course, you have the smart stabilizer in the middle there, secured by this elastic and the Velcro, but let's have a look at what else you get. Cool little box here, what could be in here? Right. What's this? Hey, this is what I like to see. Included tripod base, really cool. Let's have a look what this is. Okay, let's open it up. Wrist loop. Okay, so you can secure your smart stabilizer and make sure you don't drop it in busy environments. Okay, we can put that on later on. Let's have a look in the top pocket. This is good to store lots of other stuff as well, so you can put loads of other things in here, but you get user manual. Again, read it folks, lots of good information in there. And we've got some cables. So we've got charging cables to charge different types of phone. So you've got USB micro, USB-C, and lightning connectors. And you've also got the USB micro charging cable for the actual smart stabilizer. I'll show you how to use that in a minute. And then in the base here, we've got the smart stabilizer secured by a Velcro strap and some elastic straps there to make sure it doesn't move around when you're running around those streets. Let's have a look. We just undo the Velcro and there we just grab the smart stabilizer. And then we're now going to run through how to set this up. So let's run through the features of this smart stabilizer from JOBY. At the top, you can see we've got this phone clamp, spring-loaded, takes a phone up to 3.3 inches, so you've got plenty of space for your big phones. Just a top tip, if you've got a case on your phone, you're going to need to take it off, just so you can run it as close to the clamp and gimbal as possible. So right next to the phone clamp is a little charging port behind this little rubber mount. That means you can charge your phones on the go. So remember those cables in the box? You can use those. So we've got the tilt axis, the roll axis, and the pan axis. And just here you can see we've got the cross arm here as well, and you can see there's some numbers on there that helps you balance your phone, and we'll look at that in a bit. Looking down the gimbal, you can see we have a trigger button. That's what you use with your index finger. Following it down, you've got the little wrist loop attachment. Remember that one in the box where you thread it through here? Check out at the bottom, there's a 1/4 mount. So that's where we're going to screw in the little included tripod. That's a really useful feature. But remember, this will fit onto any tripod head. So if you've got a Gorilla Pod or a Handy Pod at home, you can attach these and you can mount your gimbal, your smart stabilizer, anywhere. In the hand grip, there's that rechargeable battery. And on the side, you can see we have a micro USB port, so you can plug that in. Always charge it fully before first using it. And you can see we have a status light here. When it's charging, if it needs charge, it's going to be red. Once it's finished, it's going to go green. It takes about 2 hours to charge this to full from empty. So below that status indicator light, there's a little funky joystick here that helps you move the gimbal. We'll see that later on too. There's the function button in the middle, and below that with the little red dot, that's the Bluetooth trigger. Looking at the side, you'll see we've also got this slider button here. That helps with zooming in and zooming out. Let's balance the phone. Use your tripod base. It makes things a lot easier because you have a flat surface to work with. Just screw it in there and we can stand up the product. Never turn on the product without the phone fitted. So let's balance the phone, and that's where this cross arm comes in useful. Remember, look at these numbers because then you can set it up every time you use it out there. What you're looking for is a level across the phone and the gimbal. At the moment we're pretty close, but if I push it off a couple of notches, you'll see it's not in balance. So you make a little note, and my one, just for your reference here, is 1.2. Okay, so get it to 1.2, and there we go, it's pretty level. That's good enough to go. And you turn the gimbal on just by pressing that middle function button. Now vibration at this point is perfectly normal because the little motors in there are just trying to set it all up, but you can see straight off we're ready to shoot. If at this point you want to shoot vertically for TikTok or Instagram stories, you do have that option at this point. You simply pull back the phone and you can twist manually the entire clamp and you can balance it, set it up like that. What you do need to do now is balance the phone vertically by moving it up and down in the clamp. Okay, so if we just move it around, and now we're balanced, and you can shoot directly at camera, standing like this, or you can capture footage away from you. The default mode on the Smart Stabilizer is pan mode. That means the roll and tilt are fixed, and you can simply pick up the stabilizer and start shooting using the video app on the phone or our dedicated Smart Stabilizer app. If you want to check what mode you're in, use the status indicator light. That flashing blue light, one flash, means it's in pan mode. The next mode you can use is lock mode, and that you get by pressing the function button once. And that means the phone orientation is fixed. So you can see I move my arm around and the phone stays where it needs to be. You can tell it's in lock mode because the status light is that solid blue color. To get it back to default setting, that pan setting, use the trigger button and just press it twice. And then you're back into the default mode. The third setting is the follow mode, and you can get there by pressing the function button twice. You can see we now have two flashing lights, and we are now able to use the joystick to control the tilt and the roll of the phone on the go. Again, press the trigger button twice and you return to default setting. Another awesome feature of this Smart Stabilizer is the ability to go from landscape to portrait on the fly. What you want to do is hold the Smart Stabilizer horizontally. Pull down the trigger button, press the function button once. How awesome is that? To return, again horizontally, trigger button twice. Isn't that trick? Okay, so let me blow your socks off with one other killer feature. Check this out, grab the neck, extendable. That's 7 inches extra reach to get extended, stabilized shots and video. So the next thing you're going to want to do is download the Smart Stabilizer app. It's available on iOS and on Android. Click it, it's going to connect directly with your Smart Stabilizer. Make sure Bluetooth is on, and you can see it's found it, it's connected to it, and it's going to turn on. Lots of stuff to explore in here. You can see the settings on the side. We can flip between camera and video. You've got settings like the time-lapse, dolly zoom, slow-mo, light trail mode. That's a really cool one to explore. On the camera settings, we've got some really great features, including overlapping image. That's a great one to play around with. You can get some really cool pictures done for Instagram. So now we're connected in the app, we can use that slider button on the side to zoom in and zoom out on the phone without touching it. You can now use that Bluetooth button to start and then stop your video shooting. Another awesome feature is you can take pictures while shooting video. Make sure you're in the photo mode, hold down the Bluetooth button to start the video recording, and then to take a picture, you just click the Bluetooth trigger once. And you're taking pictures on the fly, and you can take as many pictures as you want. With the app connected, we can now look at how we can control the Smart Stabilizer using the motion control features. In the settings, find auto rotation settings and you can set up your timings accordingly. Then, when you're in a feature like time-lapse, so you can capture some awesome cloud trails or maybe fast movement of people through a busy space, you can set up the features in here. From the default settings, remember, double click the trigger, get it back to default. You press the function button 4 times. You'll then set the first position, the beginning of your shot. Hold it and press the button, you'll hear a beep. And then the last position of your shot. So all the way around here, that's where I want to finish. Press it again once. It goes straight off and starts doing that motion tracking. This is where you start your time lapse and you can capture that awesome footage. Okay, so let's look at face tracking. So make sure you're in that selfie camera and you see the little smiley face over here. Just tap him, click OK, and then it needs to find a face. You're gonna have to lean over here. There, you get a green box around your face. Press the button. What's it doing? I'm being tracked. How cool is that feature? Last awesome feature for you, object tracking. This is really good for sports photography or even wildlife, or even just tracking someone talking if you can't see their face. Use this little pen here. Again, you click that little smiley face, but this time you want to create a box around whatever you're tracking. And then it'll start following it when it goes blue. Just need to make sure the background's pretty clean. Otherwise it might get a bit confused, but an awesome feature there, object tracking on the smart stabilizer. So that's the smart stabilizer from JOBY. For more information, check out joby.com and social media channels. Have a good one.